So you guys should be getting into your week 22 and updating your weather tracking while I add another assignment in Canvas for the problem of the day. You should all be working on your weather tracking. Everybody's working on the weather tracking. Please make sure you are going on the weather tracking and tracking your weather. You're all working on your tracking the weather. I know you are, because y'all all have been doing this for quite some time. You know exactly what you need to be doing and working on. You're all working on your weather tracking. Okay, that ought to work. Okay, so I'm gonna have to change that. You're all working on your weather tracking. All working on your weather tracking. I know this because y'all are really good at listening and following instructions. It's what you do. You always do exactly what's asked. Y'all are all updating your weather tracking. And if you want to know why I'm repeating it over and over and over again, it's because, trust me, somebody's not listening. So I'm going to repeat it over and over and over again until make sure that everybody's doing what they need to be doing. Make sure that you are weather tracking. You're all weather tracking. You're opening up your weather bug. You're making sure that you're in ULIS. This isn't letting me duplicate. I don't want to have to do it over again. Everybody's working on the weather tracking. Everybody's working on the weather tracking. Everyone's weather tracking. You should be just about done. Yep, you should be just about done. Weather tracking. You got your weather tracking on. Everybody's working on the weather tracking. While I get these assignments updated, because I didn't even think about the fact that y'all couldn't get to I don't want that anymore, so we are going to get rid of this. I'm going to go ahead and open up my weather tracking. I know that most of you are done with it, which is the coolest. Again, I like to keep a scratch sheet of paper, so I am going to write down, I need my high-low, average temp. Nope, we're not doing average temp. Wind speed, air pressure, humidity, rain, and then prediction. We are down here, so I'm going to write it down first. Let me open up my weather bug. I like to write it all down. I don't like to toggle back and forth. So I made a list on a sheet of paper of everything that I need, and then I am going to copy it all down. Guys, I apologize. My computer is super duper slow this morning. I think it's super duper slow every day. But what are you to do? So mine says Euless, Texas. Today is February 1st, 2021. It feels like 35. Today's high is going to be 56. Today's low is 38. The wind speed right now is east-northeast at 8 miles per hour. Air pressure is 30.46. Humidity is 91%. Rain is 0. And my prediction, wind gust is north. Ooh, I think it's going to be a little bit colder. I think it's going to be a little bit colder. It's going to be a little bit colder. Alright, so I'm going to come back over here. And on here, I'm going to enter in my information. I'm actually going to copy this first. Copy that. Put one right down here on Monday. Welcome to Monday, by the way. Welcome to the month of love and kindness. My high-low is 56 and 38. My wind speed is east-northeast at 8 miles per hour. My air pressure is 30.46. The humidity is 91%. My rain is 0. And I think because of the east-northeast wind, it will be a little colder. Now, my predictions have pretty much been wrong. So hopefully yours are better. I know that real meteorologists have some super duper fantastic ways of really predicting the weather. I do not have that. I am basing it off of the weather over the past few days. Because it is a lot colder today than it was the last 2 days in the morning. I'm going to change all of this so I don't have to do it again. Alright, so mine's done. Close this. I've got my Monday, February 1st in. So now I can submit save as, because remember we're not turning this in until after 2 weeks. Now my tracking the weather is done, and I can move on to, I know that we have been reading these out loud. I am not going to do that today. Ooh, I wanted to do something else. I'm going to do it later. All right. Previous day 2, we learned about our atmosphere. We live inside of the troposphere, remember? Then we learned about air pressure and the 3 things that affect air pressure: water vapor, temperature, altitude. And then we talked about wind and how the sun affects the wind. And today we are moving on to air masses and front. All right, let's go back to this. So you click submit on that first one, on that first assignment that in Canvas that says it's the POD, your objective in POD, remember? You should have opened Science February 1st, 2021, Weather Day 5, Part 1, Objective in POD. That's what we just finished. You should have clicked submit. Thumbs up, you're good. And then close that one. And then come over here to the next one that says Science February 2nd, 2001, or February 1st, 2021. And then load that file. That file is just a single piece of paper that goes along with the slideshow I'm about to show you. You are going to, so when you load this, y'all can't see what I'm loading. You're going to load this file. You're going to be drawing and typing. And again, things are running very slow this morning. So I'm going to go through and you're going to see what type of air mass, and then we're going to look at air masses move west to east in the United States because of prevailing westerlies and jet streams. We're going to talk about prevailing westerlies and jet streams. And then for cold front, warm front, occluded, and stationary, we're going to kind of draw what those fronts look like. We're going to describe them, and then we're going to talk about what happens when they move in. Thumbs up? All right. So I am going to go back to, so y'all all have this open. Yes? Y'all are ready to start typing? Okay. I think I have a short little video to show you first. Yeah. So you might be going back and forth. I'm going to show you the little video, okay? Make sure that you have your meeting tab and you have your Cami file tab open for air masses and front notes, okay? Because you're going to be going back and forth and you're going to have to listen because it's going to be a whole lot easier for you to listen and fill this in as we go. So, air masses and fronts. What is an air mass? Does somebody want to read what an air mass is? What is an air mass? Only, can you read what an air mass is? Saini, read what an air mass is. Did you read it? We can't hear you. I was able to hear you a minute ago. Did y'all hear her? No, we can't hear you. We could hear you a minute ago and now we can't. Sujav, read that for me.
A huge body of air has similar temperature, humidity, water vapor, and air pressure at any given height.
You are absolutely correct. So, in your little file, let me see if I can find it. So, you are going to type that definition in that first box, and I will read it to you, okay? I will read it to you. I will read it to you again so that you can't, as soon as I get to it, it like disappeared. All right, y'all ready? What is an air mass? It is a huge body of air that has similar temperature, humidity, water vapor and air pressure at any given height. Air mass is a huge body of air that has similar temperature, humidity, and air pressure at any given height. It's a huge body of air that has similar temperature, humidity, and air pressure at any given height. And I know that sounds kind of weird, but if you think about your arms being like a foot apart, what it's saying is in that space, you have the Earth's surface and you have a level of air pressure that's going up. Well, inside that bubble of air, everything's the same in it. It has all the same temperature, all the same humidity, and all the same pressure. All in this big, huge bubble. That's what that means. There's a big old bubble. Big old air bubble. Like, think about blowing up a balloon using your warm breath and everything inside that balloon's the same. Okay? That's what that means. Give me a second. It's a huge air mass or a big old bubble, right? A huge air mass or a big old bubble. Give me a thumbs up when you're finished typing in the definition of air mass. Takes us a little bit of time online. Is everybody done? This is for a grade. Can you follow along? Can you follow along? Okay. Layla, you have a question?
What was the thing again? Because you were talking too fast and a bit deeper.
What thing?
I know my answer.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Are we ready to move on? All right. Y'all are going to have to pay closer attention. You have to type faster or something, right? It should not take us this long. Really shouldn't take us this long, guys. Cruz, do you have a question?
Teachers and students, pardon the interruption. This is Jenny Penny. If you don't mind coming to the office, thank you.
All right, what? Sorry.
I said no.
Oh, okay. Are we good now? Can we move on? Let me rephrase that. We're going to go ahead and move on because we need to move on. If you missed something, the slideshow is in the Canvas assignment, so you can go back and refer back to it, okay? How are air masses classified? Scientists look at the temperature, and they look at the humidity. So if the temperature is high, it is a warm air mass. If the temperature is low, It is a cold air mass. Anybody want to read? I'll start. Air masses in North America. The air masses usually move from the west to east because of, who wants to read number 1?